silence a moment longer, then released his hand. I must be honest with you, Mr. O'Connell. The only reason I'm looking for work is so I can afford to make repairs to my cabin. Once they're done, I'll give my notice. I came from Portland to write a novel, not to clean other people's houses. You're a writer? She nodded, then smiled wryly. Well, I hope to be. I've just started my first book. It's a murder mystery. Understanding dawned, and Nat chuckled. It isn't that preposterous, Mr. O'Connell. Her smile turned to a scowl. I can write, I assure you. I'm sorry. He tried to look serious. I wasn't laughing because I thought you couldn't be a writer. It was, well, when I saw you stab yourself, I thought you might be... He tried to think of a polite word for insane. Loco, crazy, nuts. Nothing came to him that seemed any better, so he let it drop. Anyway, now I understand what you were doing with that knife. She smiled again, presumably seeing the humor in the scene he described. It must have looked kind of weird at that. I was trying to figure out the angle of the entry wound. It all depends on how tall my murderer is and how short the victim. She picked up her weapon. It's a trick knife. It's got a retractable plastic blade. See? It's harmless. Definitely odd, he thought as he watched her demonstrate how the knife worked. But cute, too. Shayla pointed with the blade toward a wooden bench. Would you like to sit down while we talk about your job offer? Happy to oblige. He took a step forward, then stopped and glanced over his shoulder at her. I had a thought. Would you be interested in trading services, at least for part of your wages? I'm a good carpenter and plumber, and I guarantee I can get to it quicker than the guys in town. They're always running behind. It would sure help his cash flow if she agreed to this plan. He needed a housekeeper, but ready cash didn't keep regular company with a rancher. In fact, he continued as he settled onto the bench, I built those cabinets in the kitchen, and I was going to patch the roof, but then Miss Loretta moved away. The place has been empty ever since. I didn't know it was up for sale. It wasn't for sale. I'm Loretta Erickson's niece. That explained a lot. Miss Loretta was also a strange one. Her great-niece, actually. Aunt Loretta was my grandmother's younger sister. Was? She passed away this spring. I'm sorry. I hadn't heard. She was a nice old lady. I liked her a lot. She was the best. Shayla looked toward the cedar-shake roof of the cabin. She left me this place in her will. Only I remembered it as being in a whole lot better shape than it is now. Of course, it's been 20-some years since I was here for a visit. I was about 7 or 8, so maybe I didn't notice the things that were wrong. She shook her head. I wish I'd come again before she was forced to move away. She loved it here. I wish I'd... She let her words drift into silence as her eyes filled with tears. Nat didn't say anything. He knew firsthand about losing someone you love. The hurt didn't go away overnight. It took time. Sometimes it took years. Shayla turned her back toward Nat OConnell, not wanting a stranger to see her tears. She didn't want him feeling sorry for her or thinking she was weak. But it was hard not to cry when she thought about Aunt Loretta being gone for good. Even though they'd never lived in the same state, or seen each other often through the years, she and her great-aunt had shared a special bond, a unique understanding of each other. Aunt Loretta was the only family member who hadn't told her she needed to be practical and responsible. Her aunt had encouraged Shayla to follow her dreams, to take chances in life. Until this spring, she hadn't tried to follow that advice. It had seemed too impossible, something out of her reach. Moving away from her family, writing a novel, crazy ideas that were doomed to fail. But because of Aunt Loretta, she'd been given a chance. She wasn't going to waste it. If only to honor her aunt's memory, she wasn't going to waste it.